Shields up, Iron Breakers. Rurikhan here coming at you with another video. Welcome back to Monster Hunter Rise, and today I'm bringing you another one of my weapon previews. This time around, it is going to be the Sword and Shield. And like I mentioned in pretty much all of my Monster Hunter Rise videos, in this demo we do not have access to the full moveset of any of the weapons. This is why I call these series a preview, a taste of the weapon itself. Not something for you to make big decisions on or make big assessments like this weapon's broken, this weapon's underpowered, etc, etc. There's a lot more for us to learn once Monster Hunter Rise comes out, and that will be when I actually make my guides and stuff like that, and not before. Anyway, now that that's out of the way, there's not a whole lot really to say about the base moveset of the Sword and Shield in this demo because it is fairly similar to the one that we have in Monster Hunter World. You still have your standard 4-hit combo with the X button, which used to be in the triangle button, whatever you guys know, the most basic attack button in the game is 1, 2, 3, 4. It is pretty much the exact same combo, and then you can follow it up with the 3-hit combo that is going to be in the A button this time around, 1, 2, 3. So you can then chain all of these together if you want to. But one of the things that you will notice if you start pressing buttons and doing inputs on the controller is that we no longer have the adjusting slash, rotating slash. I don't know what the exact name of it was in Monster Hunter World, but it was basically one of the moves that allowed us to reposition the Sword and Shield fairly quickly. You'll notice that I'm basically rotating. I mean, you won't notice because you're not watching, but I'm rotating the left stick slowly all around, and you can see that my character is not changing directions and doing that rotating slash that we had in Monster Hunter World. That particular rotating slash is not gone. As a matter of fact, it changed its name. It is now called the Spinning Reaper. However, it is no longer a part of this particular combo. So even if you do inputs, you're going to do the same combo all over. Now, the way that you get access to that particular move is after any attack with the Sword and Shield, you press X and A. So if we do this, X and A, there's the move that you guys are looking for. And you can use it to readjust just like you did in World. You just have to press X and A, and it will aim you towards your target. So some people were even telling me in one of my comment sections that the Sword and Shield no longer has its infinite combo. That is incorrect, because obviously from the moment that you have this particular move, you have access to the infinite combo. This time around, however, I don't know exactly how you're supposed to do it. Maybe 1, 1, 1. Wait, 1, 1 there, 1, 1, 1, 1 there. So you can basically still do the infinite combo. All you have to do is instead of readjusting using X, you readjust using XA. So one very easy way to do the infinite combo. I'm not a huge fan of the infinite combo, as you guys are probably aware by now. But one easy way of doing it is basically X, 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 A, X, X, X. Oops. Like I say, I always found it clunky, and that has not changed. But basically all you got to do is in the place where you would put the rotating slash, you just have to press X and A in the direction that you want to go in, and you have access to it. But it still works the old way as well, which used to be, I think, circle, circle. Wait. Circle, circle. No, actually it doesn't. Oh, interesting. But you can still do XXAA and then readjust. It's like that, and you can carry on doing it. So tan 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 tan. It's actually, I feel like it might even be a little bit easier, but yeah, basically what you do is XXAA, X plus A, and then repeat, and there is your infinite combo for all those of you who enjoyed doing that. Personally, however, I prefer to use this at the end of the strong combo, so at the end of this one, because what happens is if you use the Spinning Reaper at that point, it actually deals additional damage. Because one of the things that I've noticed is that the Spinning Reaper has some kind of like variable damage built into it. So like I said, you can do the Spinning Reaper at the end of any move, so like this and this, you can do the Spinning Reaper, but it's not going to deal as much damage as if you do 1, 2, 3, and there. Like I was able to do with this combo, I got the Spinning Reaper to hit at 77 damage on a Great Azuchi. Now, I'm not sure exactly where I hit the Great Azuchi because I just wish I had like the training facilities that they showcased in the trailers so that I could get more precise data on it. But at this point, I don't have all that much other than to tell you that if you hit it there, it's going to deal more damage than if you hit it after a regular attack. Okay? So now let's talk about the back hop. At the end of that combo, you can still do back hop. So you can now extend the combo, the normal combo of the sword and shield by quite a bit. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, spinning Reaper, and into the back hop. However, I should also mention that the back hop no longer comes naturally. So if you spam the A button in World, you would naturally transition into the back hop. That doesn't happen anymore. That is because, and I actually think this is a good thing, by the way, because a lot of people might be like, well, it just flowed so much seamlessly in World, right? But the thing is, you could always do the back hop whenever you wanted. Like after 2 hits, you go back hop. After 3 hits, you go back hop. You can go back hop whenever you want because the game allows you to do so. The thing is, I feel like a lot of people, particularly newcomers to the game, would not go into back hop unless they did the full 3 attacks. So basically, they're forcing you to learn how the back hop works. My opinion, that's a good thing. And basically, the way the back hop works is you just press back and A whenever, like literally whenever. In the middle of any combo, like, oh, here we go, 1, 2, 3, back hop. Or 1, 2, 3, and 4, back hop. So you can do back hop whenever you want. All you got to do is just stop whatever you're doing and press X and A, and boom, you always go into back hop. You can also go into back hop still from a sheathed weapon by blocking ahead of time. And to be honest, this actually feels easier to perform than in World. It almost feels like in World, it was like the way that you got to back hop from running, it almost feels like it was an unintended thing. But in Rise, it almost feels like they just took that into account because the inputs just feel infinitely smoother. Either that or I basically got more practice with it. No, that's definitely not it. Oh my God, now I just missed it like 3 times in a row. Good job. But yeah, that also gave you a glimpse of a new move that we have in Rise, which is the parry. I don't know exactly what you call this. It is the shielded attack that basically works as a parry. To be honest, I don't really recommend this attack too much because I feel like this is really only going to be useful if you have, and I could be wrong, this is very much early impressions, but I feel like this is really only going to be useful if you have some guard in your set, because a lot of the hits that we get from monsters, at least in this demo, send you reeling back, which pretty much cancels out the parry. But if you successfully perform this parry right here, you can go into Perfect Rush. But the thing is, like, going into Perfect Rush is super easy. I mean, you can do the back hop from anywhere, and boom, there you go, you're into Perfect Rush, which I guess if someone is new to Monster Hunter, you don't really know what Perfect Rush is. We'll get to it in a bit. Basically, what I'm saying is I don't really see too much value in this, but maybe with different monsters that have more weak attacks and whatnot, maybe I can see it. Like the monster that they showed this in the trailers, in the weapon showcases, was actually a Kuliyaku. So in a monster like that, I could see this being somewhat useful. But like the monsters that we have here, most of them do attacks that send you reeling, which means usually you don't want to be blocking, you mostly want to be dodging and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, let's talk about the Perfect Rush. And Perfect Rush is going to work very much like it did in Monster Hunter World. So at any point, you do your back hop, you press X, and you go into Perfect Rush, and you still have the timings that you used to have in World. The timing is pretty much, from where I can tell, exactly the same. So if you press the buttons at the appropriate time, usually when your character is about to stop doing his attack, you will get the red glow on your character, and that means that, you know, you're doing a good job and you're going to be dealing additional damage. So basically, if you do Perfect Rush and you spam, you get this, and you get, wait, I thought you were supposed to get the Spinning Reaper at the end. Okay, you get the Spinning Reaper if you press A. Okay, so you do have 2 options to wrap up the Perfect Rush, which is you can either wrap it up with the regular attack, which is going to pierce the monster, or you can wrap it up with a Spinning Reaper if you do not want to go into a mounted finisher. So the way this works, again, is all about the timing. So it is now, now, now. That is the perfect execution of Perfect Rush. Now, in this game, however, whenever you perform the final hit, that thrust, instead of it attaching you to the monster like it did in World and then launching you back, it is actually going to send you up. It is going to basically give you the opportunity to do an aerial attack. And whenever you are in the air in this game, you can pretty much do one of three things. You can press A to do Falling Bash, which is the shield bash that we used to have in Monster Hunter World. You can press X to do just a slash in the air, which is the same way that it did in World. Or you can press X and A, and that is going to perform the Helm Breaker, which is the plunging attack that you had in World whenever you ran up into walls. So it's really going to be up to you what attack you do. There is one situation where this doesn't happen, and that is when you do your charged slash. So you know if you charge up all the way with the back hop, you're going to do a charged slash. And that charge slash, if you land it on the monster, is going to send you upwards just like it did in Monster Hunter World. However, when you do it like that, you only have access to two moves. That is X or A. So you can do your slashing down, or you can do your falling bash with the shield. You cannot do the Helm Breaker. At least I haven't been able to do the Helm Breaker from a charged slash. Okay? So keep that in mind, but pretty much any other move that sends you into the air during combat will allow you to do so. So the finisher on the Perfect Rush, or your first Silkbind art, which is called Falling Shadow, which I'll perform for you right now. However, we can't really showcase it properly without having a monster. So, you know, just for the purpose of this preview, just imagine that you hit the monster. If you hit the monster, it is going to send you flying up, and then you have the three options again of performing either the slash attack or the falling bash or the Helm Breaker. So with the Silkbind art, you can do all three as well. So you can do all three from the Perfect Rush finisher and all three from the Silkbind art. And if there's anything that I've missed as to where you can perform another Helm Breaker, please let me know, because I am very, very interested. Now, the other Silkbind attack we have, while we're on the topic of Silkbind attacks, is the Windmill. And you guys might have noticed that I got pretty excited when I read the description of the Windmill, because it has invincibility frames. So pretty much during all of that time that you are in the Windmill attack, the monsters actually can't hit you. So it's not only a great offensive attack, it is also a great defensive attack. So keep that in mind. Don't just go in there thinking like, okay, Windmill, one of my most offensive moves. No, it is both offensive and defensive. So sometimes you might wait to use it when the monster's about to do something particularly devastating to you, and you'll just be like, hey, nope, I'm gonna just get my invincibility frames and beat the ever-living snot out of you, sir. And that is how you get it done with the Silkbind moves. Unfortunately, we no longer have the sliding attacks for the Sword and Shield, because for whatever reason, Capcom has decided that at least for this demo, the only weapon that gets a sliding attack is the hammer. Now, some people were telling me, oh, if you press B before you do it, you get the sliding attacks. No, you get the jumping attacks if you press B. So that means you can still jump from a slide to get an aerial attack, but you don't actually have access to the sliding attacks, because for instance in World, the SNS had a move that I loved doing, which was whenever you began your slide, you would attack, and that would cause you to do like 2 slashes in quick succession before doing an upward slash, and I loved using that move. I used that move all the time because it gave you a lot of mounting damage as well on the monsters. Unfortunately, that move appears to be completely gone, but like I said, we do not have access to the entirety of the moveset in this demo, so maybe I'm wrong, maybe the move will make a comeback. You also have your standard suite of attacks whenever you are jumping off of a ledge. There doesn't appear to be anything from the blocking button. There's also nothing on the A button. Well, with the A button, you have access to the wire bugs and whatnot, which I will also do a video kind of like talking about wire bugs, even though Socks did a pretty good job of explaining how they work. I still like explaining it in my own way, but yeah, you can also do attacks right off of ledges, so those actually give you 2 slashes, and they're pretty good. And you can also do those by basically performing advancing slash off of a ledge. That gives you access to the same move. But that, as far as I'm aware, is pretty much it when it comes to Sword and Shield. Now, do keep in mind that probably for the next weapon previews, they're not going to be quite as detailed as the ones for Sword and Shield and Gunlance. That is because these I consider to be my 2 main weapons. These are the weapons that I use the most throughout Monster Hunter World, and the other weapons I just have a more general idea of how they function. So don't expect those to be as detailed as these ones. But I still have quite a few things to tell you guys, particularly when it comes to the hunting horn, which I believe a lot of people have a lot of stuff to say about the hunting horn, am I right? But anyway, that is going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, hit it up with a like. If you did not enjoy it, hit it up with a dislike. Feedback is important. Thank you all very much for watching. If you usually enjoy my content, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon and all of that stuff so that you receive all of that new Monster Hunter Rise content right in your feed. See you guys in the next one. Stay strong, stay safe, peace out.